center. Game plan sick, target under the weather. You know what we doing? I need that all expense paid inclusive. I'm the plug, so I'm plugged into it. Proud money like with Jewish white Christmas. I'm Scrooge, bitch. My mood is on cruise ship. If you ain't tuned in, you ain't vibing with my moon man. I move shit like Kerry. I'm the cold truth, Fletcher Reed, Jim Carrey. Everything movie, that mean the price varies. Need that designer cream shit and all Ben and Jerry's. Cream get the money like 36 chambers. Baskin Robbins shit, 31 flavors. Keep it moving.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Everything on me. Yeah, tell him Bogart Sky Free. Lottie Dottie, he like to potty. Fuck with blow shoot, trolling 5 Molly. Kurt, I carry weight, move packs like a dolly. And I stay fuming, clock me doing Godspeed. Business booming, back-to-back trips, moving multiple units. Got mules, got universal soldiers, getting money for sure. Yeah, we ain't shrugging shoulders. You think I'm lucky getting over, made it far, cause I'm sharp, fuck a 4-leaf clover. On my 89, minus the flat top. Getting packs off, smoking on the cash crop. Money talk, if you're broke, then you can't talk. Play a never-ending ball game, Sandlot.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Getting money when I land there. Smoking all loud so I can't hear. And if your boys bring the noise, all y'all pussies getting scraped pap smear. Codeine got me leaning, pizza. Put your boy on point, pyramid of Giza. I'ma rock like this till I'm an old geezer. No pizza parlor, but we deliver pizzas. Ask Uncle Sam, I'm taxing. Look, ma, no hands, telepathic. I can make things move, I'm carefully calculated when I make these moves. I run shit, don't let me get loose. I'm all about my decks, trying not to get goosed. Keep it moving.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 23 of the Chargers Power Hour. Let's go. JD, you want to hit that peacock drop? Quick shout out to the podcast and the channel sponsor, neonpeacockmerch.com. Let's go. Also, there's going to be a sale coming up, which will be 40% off and $13 t-shirts. All right. On Neon Peacock, he's got a full lineup of custom merchandise available, including t-shirts, hoodies, hats, mugs, cups, pillows, framed artwork. If you can't wear it, drink it, or hang it on your wall, Neon Peacock has designed it. So head on over there, neonpeacockmerch.com. Let's go support the channel, support the podcast, and we appreciate all of you. But on that note, welcome to episode 23. Yes, I said it. It's 23. Yes, Emil, I can't believe it's 23 already, man. It's flying by, but man, it's been fun. and I'm enjoying it. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to call this one today. The Harbaugh blueprint is starting to show. So, let me get down to this one. So, what up, Bolt fam? Welcome to episode 23 of the Power Hour. This one is the off-season episode where things actually start to matter. Because then again, next Wednesday, we got free agency. So it's going to get fun. It's already starting to get fun. We're no longer in the phase of the offseason where everything is just speculation or combine hype and rumors and stuff like that. It's getting real. So the front office, the real choices are going to be made and decisions are going to be made. They've already started to, and I'll get to that soon. We're going to have contract decisions. We're going to have roster construction decisions. Long-term philosophical decisions. This shit's about to get real and real fast. And the reality is the Chargers are no longer tweaking the roster. They're fixing the goddamn thing. So let's go. They're building an identity also. So this has been work in progress, but that progress is being made, and it's getting there. Yeah, all right. As I said, this is the welcome to the Power Hour, episode 23. It's the Harbaugh blueprint is starting to show. All righty. So I remember I touched on it last week about Oweh. I thought he'd get tagged. Well, franchise tag deadline went and gone. Oweh was not tagged. But here we go. One of the biggest questions facing the Chargers right now revolves around Odafe Oweh. The Chargers chose not to place the franchise tag on Oweh, which means now he's officially a free agent and can go anywhere or any place. But let's just hope, as I said last week, Hortiz said he was going to make Oweh a priority and a number one thing. So now that Oweh is a free agent, this means officially a path towards free agency. Yeah. That doesn't necessarily mean he's leaving. They could be in talks on a contract. Who knows? We'll find out. But it does mean the Chargers are entering a competitive market. Yes, we have the cap space, but there are the teams that have the money also. So we shall see. Hey, shout out to Bogey. What's up? Come to the Bogey, you just keep your hands to yourself, my friend. You got a lot of your own worries, my friend. I don't want to hear that shit about your Niners. This is my show. Nah, it's up. Bogey, your 49ers, man. You got Bosa coming back. We'll see what your 49ers do, man. I know you want, but you know what? You can't always get what you want. Yes, I know, folks. Yes, sir. What's up, Peacock? Shout out to the sponsor of the show and to the channel. The man is a legend with the pen and anything. NeonPeacockMerch.com. All righty. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping Oweh stays. That's just me. But we shall see in free come Wednesday. I mean, but it means the Chargers are entering. If Oweh hits the market, there's absolutely be a lot of interest in him. Now with the big trade yesterday into division, who I thought if Oweh did leave the Chargers, he would go back to the Ravens. That ain't happening. So that ships out the window. So I mean, last season he quietly became one of the Chargers' most impactful defensive players. Even in limited snaps he posted an 81.6 pass rushing grade, a 16.5 pass rush win rate. Those are just like elite mechanics. Those are just not rotational products, or just you got to get that from the end of it. So we're gonna have to pay, as they say, pay to play. We're gonna have to pay Oweh. He's a difference maker on this production also. What's this? Shout out to the Raiders for being. Well, then again, the Raiders, those two picks, let me just say one thing. I'll get to later too. The Raiders always seem to F up a good thing. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Raiders are the Raiders. Are they going to do anything with these two first-round picks? Or are they just going to sit on their bloody butt arses and say, oh, we got the two we're first. The Raiders are the Raiders. They're just dog shit like dog. My dog shit's better than those things. But the Raiders are the Raiders. Let them just follow them. Mendoza this, Mendoza that. They can take a flying out of here. Get the hell out of here. Right of that. Committed their excellence. What? Years ago, JD, that's right. A excellence of years ago when they had an owner that knew what the fuck he was doing. Excuse my language. But then again, this owner they have now, one needs a new hair job, has the worst hairline I've ever seen in my life, and it's just a mess. But hey, that's the Raiders. Hey, no shout out to Bakes. That's his team. But I'm gonna always shit all over the Raiders. But hey, that is what it is. This is not that. But but here we go. Now Oweh is looking. They're projecting for him to be a 4-year, $80 million deal that averages roughly $20 million per season. And we all know the real mark there. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. And for a player entering his prime at 27 years old, yeah, Oweh signing a foot. Emil, I mean, I've seen that correlation, but I've seen Washington in a couple blurbs that they have different. We shall see come Wednesday. Man, I'm so excited for Wednesday, especially for Tuesday's show. I'll wake your game up. It's going to be a free agency freaking frenzy. It's going to be crazy. I'm already charged up on my show, but I'm charged up for Tuesday and Friday. So let's freaking go. Shout out to Bogey, Kidda, Peacock, JD behind the stage, fella, and the whole channel. It's going to be lit come Tuesday and Friday. Let's have fun. But now let me get back to Oweh. If he reaches the open market, the phone's going to ring. Trust me. And he's going to be a hot commodity. But I'm hoping that Chargers keep him a lot. Because the truth is simple. Pass rushing wins games. And elite pass rushers are incredibly difficult to replace. And not just that. Not just with Oweh. We have Mack to sign too. So I think he'll be back. Hopefully. Do I see that? He could leave. We could lose Oweh and Mack. So we got a lot on our plate to take care of this. The chef better start cooking on Wednesday. That's all I'm going to say. Hortiz, get cooking. You've already started some, but let's get into this fucking job. Hello, the fucking fella got me. I see you. Yep. Yeah, it's all good, man. I mean, now, JD, you want to pull up that Mack pick for me? Khalil Mack. He's doing a little sacrifice. All right. So, as I just mentioned, Khalil Mack is also a free agent. Besides Oweh, the situation becomes more interesting when you consider another major piece for the Chargers defense. Not just Oweh, we got Mack to take care of. Well, Mack is also entering free agency, and although he's no longer in his physical prime, he remains one of the most respected pass rushers in football. So I do know here, living here in DFW, the Dallas Cowboys are interested in Mack in free agency. But I'm hoping the Chargers level it up for 1 year. I think it was like a 1 year, $21 million deal. Now, to me, I thought that was kind of high for a player of his age, but I know his production and all that stuff. That's fine. We have the money to pay for that. It's only 1 year, but, it's high. But to me, it's a short-term deal. 1 year, I'm going to say 1 year rental, but it's 1 year. And then basically, I think Mack's going to retire after the year. If he comes back to us or wherever he goes, I think it's one more year he said he's going to play. But that's the bigger picture. I mean, the Chargers cannot afford to lose both edge rushers. That is be huge. And the same offseason would be a big one, pause. So that simply doesn't align with the philosophy of Jim Harbaugh believes in. Harbaugh teams are built on physical defensive fronts, consistent pressure, winning the line of scrimmage. That requires pass rush. So basically, we need to pony up the money for Oweh and Mack. I'm fine with that. We got the money. We have $94.8 million. And that's after a transaction we just made a couple days ago. I will get to soon, but it was a good one too. I mean, so whether the Chargers retain Oweh, bring back Mack, or potentially find a way to keep both, which I do think they can do both. So that's one I do think. We're not in a money crunch. That's a good thing. We have the money. We have the cushion. to do this. So it's maintaining that the defensive countdown will be critical for the Chargers in this offseason because you're building a championship team. Technically, that's our goal, is to reach a championship. I'm sick of hearing 1994. God damn it. That's ingrained in my head. JD, Bogey, Steamboat. I hear it all the time. But that 1994, I need to replace that out of my memory. It's a good year for me, but otherwise, good in a personal level. But on the Chargers level, not that great. Would build the defense to the draft. Yeah. I mean, I know he's 100. I mean, he's not. Yeah, he's up there, but it's production. The money for me is a lot, but really, what's out there in the market right now, and edge rushers right now are very hard to come by. So if we have to pay that 21, then we have to pay the 21. But speaking about the money, JD, you want to pull up the cap pick? All right, so here we are with the salary cap. And this was, we had just made a transaction that I'll be getting to in a minute. Yeah, we have about 90, this was a couple days ago. We have $94.8 million to spend in free agency. So I think we're sitting second behind the Raiders, who have about, I think, $121 million now after the Max Crosby trade. So the Raiders being the Raiders, they have money to spend. They have, a lot of draft picks too, but I ain't worried about that dumbass franchise. I mean, it is what it is. But, another major development this week, the Chargers salary cap. And we have a lot of money to spend. Teams expected, we released Mekhi Becton, which saved us about $9.7 million. We released Will Disley, that saved us $4 million. We cut a lot of players. And the players, my offseason, about a month ago, I said I had a wish list. It was Mekhi Becton being gone, bye-bye. It was Will Disley. It was Bradley the Clown Bozeman. All those little things got ticked off and checkmarked. And I've been a happy camper lately. But it's been good. I mean, we got this money because we made all these smart decisions and getting rid of dead weight and players that really weren't producing. I'm not saying Will Disley was a great tight end blocker, but I just think it's just we're going in a different direction now with the Mike McDaniel stuff. So, but all these decisions this past week was made. Got a lot of money to spend, but I really want to focus on the players that we need to resign. Like as I said, Oweh, Mack, probably extend Derwin and whatnot. But this is the kind of financial flexibility that gives the front office a lot of power heading into free agency on Wednesday, because we're going to be possibly bidding against, I don't know, hopefully even we just take care of our players. But if we have to go out there and get like an offensive people, if it's a wide receiver or if it's a tight end, we know we're going to be bidding, but there are options out there. It allows the Chargers to target impact free agents, reinforce the offensive line, which I've stressed for the past 6 weeks, maybe 4 or 5 shows. It's offensive line, and depth on that. That's all I'm saying. Pause. Improve the depth across the multiple positions. All right, Emil, what's this? Get a corner. Homeboy from LSU is nice. Emil, I know cornerback is a need of ours. Yeah, Guccini, it's all good. 49-26. That's right. Yeah, what's up, Crooked Commish? Shout out to Crooked Commish. Make sure to check out the Chicago Clubhouse. They got some great stuff on over there. They got some great fantasy advice over there and great shows in general. And it's a friend of the channels and a friend of ours. So welcome, Commish. Thank you for tuning in. And Zion, I was watching ESPN this morning, and with the Raiders having all this money, ESPN mentioned this morning they think the Zion could be stolen from us by the Raiders, but we shall see what happens. It's all going to come down to one. Mad Max going to the Ravens came out of, you know what, Crooked? Not really for me, because last night, what was it, yesterday afternoon when we were doing the show, after the show, they said that the only 2 teams that were involved were the Cowboys and the Ravens. Now, I'll tell you this right now. I was talking to Derek via text, and I was telling him The Cowboys could have had Max Crosby, but Jerry Jones refused to give up a 7th-round pick. If he would have added a 7th-round pick, Max Crosby would have went to the Cowboys, but the Ravens offered him 2 first. The Ravens offered 2 first. Jerry offered a 1st and something else and a 7th, and it didn't happen. But it was all over. It was between the Cowboys and the Ravens about 4:00 Texas time. They said those are the only 2 teams that were involved. And because the Eagles tried to get involved because they included Jalen Carter. They made him available to trade into a Max Crosby deal, but they wanted nothing to do with that. But no, that was it ended up being between the Cowboys and the Ravens. But hey, yeah, when I saw that go down, I was like, I was going to text you, but I'm like, nah, I actually thought Chicago was the front runner because that's what they were saying was Chicago this, Chicago that. Man, that would have been nasty over there in Chicago if you would have got Max Crosby. But man, I think if you're looking at a fall guy, if you're looking at a second thing, go after Trey Hendrickson now. To me, that's I think an edge rusher that's going to be in the free agency, but we shall see what's going to happen on that one. But I don't know. But even though you have cap space, doesn't win games by itself. I mean, but it creates options, and the smart front offices and GMs turn options into roster improvements. And that's what I'm hoping, just like what example is what the Eagles GM, Howie Roseman, does. The man, whatever that man does, he just turns into gold. If it's draft picks, trades, man. As I said, I reiterate this again. I'm glad for the GM we have now because Coupon Tom Telesco was a typical jackass and a joke. I mean, come all the 12 years that he was with the Chargers, he never made trades at the deadline. For once, I like what Hortiz has done the last 2. He's killed the draft the last 2 years. The people we've drafted have turned into goddamn starters, which I'm loving it, and they're productive players. So Telesco, yes, he drafted a few Chargers that were on the team, like Herbert, such and such like that. But really, the turnover, a lot of the players that he drafted are no longer with this team. But what Hortiz has done in the 2 years of the draft and 2 years with the team has been fantastic. And year 3, man, I'm hoping it's going to be a hell of a draft this year, a hell of a free agency, and this offensive line is fixed. Now, as for with the cap space, I know I've been stressing offensive line. Now, if there's players I would like on Wednesday, the Chargers to go out, I know JD's going to say this one for his 49ers. So is Elijah Vera Tucker. I would love the Chargers to go out and get him. I mean, they're saying you could probably get him for about $13 million a year. I mean, he's a great, he's a versatile, he's extremely vulnerable. His versatility is extremely valuable in the Harbaugh offensive system. Players who can move between the positions allow offenses to survive injuries and maintain continuity. Vera Tucker can play that. He's play a guard, tackle, multiple spots along the line, which we need. We need that offensive line built. I mean, as I said, he can play guard, tackle, and multiple spots. That kind of flexibility can make him an attractive target if the Chargers want to strengthen the offensive front. Now, also, I mentioned Rashawn Gary maybe 1 or 2 shows ago. I think it was last week from Green Bay. He is available at the deadline on Wednesday. And he's got correlations to Harbaugh being a Michigan man. Do we go that route? Who knows? But there's many options. I mean, there's also Quay Walkers out there. But as I said, I think we handle it in-house with Oweh. But if not, Quay Walker's young. That would be a nice piece. But we shall see what's going to happen. I mean, the center, I mentioned Tyler Lindenbaum, probably the last month and a half. Well, let me get to all that Tyler Lindenbaum talk. I think is over out the window because my man, the badass mofo, yes, Tyler. It's not Tyler Lindenbaum. It's Tyler Biadasz. Yes, that name is Badass. It is Tyler Biadasz. So, hey, welcome to the Chargers. So, Tyler Linderbaum technically outpriced himself for the Los Angeles Chargers. But you know what? From Tyler, Linderbaum is seeking about $25 million a year. Well, oh well. Oh well, Tyler. Out with that, Tyler, and in with the new. Well, we went from Bradley the Bozeman clown, okay, to an upgrade. Joe Hortiz said it was already cooking. That motherfucker was cooking. Let's go. So we had Tyler Biadasz coming in, who was released about 10 days ago from Washington Commanders. And they just happened to just cut him. I'm like, that's a lovely thing right there. So on Thursday, Biadasz was here for a visit, and the Chargers didn't let that man leave without a goddamn contract. Instead of spending $25 million a season on Tyler Linderbaum, we locked up Tyler Biadasz, motherfucker, for 3 years for $30 million freaking dollars. We have our center for the next 3 years, and man, we're gonna save money we'll save about $15 million a year if we had hypothetically signed Tyler Linderbaum. All right, so Tyler Biadasz. Well, I love the name. The Los Angeles Chargers are already making moves in free agency before we get. Hey, King D, what's up, my friend? Shout out to King. You made thank you. I need to thank the Los Angeles Rams for making the Kansas City Chiefs a little weaker by that little trade and taking McDuffie away from the Queefos. If you make those Queefs weaker, it makes it a little easier for us. But man, hey, hell of a trade for you, King. Man, that you all needed a cornerback, but that's a hell of a one to pick up. Yes, you gave up a first-round pick, but man, that's a piece that you all needed, and I'm happy for you, man. If it weakens the Queefs, it makes you stronger, it's all good. But man, I'm happy for your Rams. I'm happy for you too, man. It makes your team better. I'm happy for all my good brothers and their teams. As long as you're not facing me, that's all set. But King will face that when it comes this coming season, buddy. Even though we share the same house, but it's your house. We share it. We're just tenants, right? All right. So as I said, Tyler Biadasz, he signed for 3 years, $30 million. And this was a significant move by Joe Hortiz and the Chargers front office as they begin to reshape the offensive line heading into 2026 season. Biadasz, I have to learn how to say his name properly. It's Biadasz, but I'm just going to call him the Badass. You clip that. He's 28 years old, brings valuable experience and durability to the middle of the offensive line. Originally drafted in the 4th round in the 2020 draft by the Dallas Cowboys out of Wisconsin, Biadasz was he played for the command. He's played over 70 NFL games. In the 2025 season, he played for Washington. He's had 571 pass block snaps, allowing 21 pressures and just 3 sacks. I mean, this is a major upgrade from Bradley the Clown Bozeman. I remember saying it early in the year, get rid of Bradley the Clown Bozeman. The man can't do shit for us. I mean, Justin Herbert was getting hit. When we played Biadasz, like the Chargers in the Washington last year, that man had a sack and hardly let any of our players touch the Washington quarterback. So, man, I'm loving this. I mean, I know why I was saying Linderbaum. Nah. Yeah, you can clip that. Exactly. But no, I wanted a big fish, and that big fish was Linderbaum. But to think of it, we had a lot more needs than just Tyler. We had Oweh. We had bigger plans. But, man, we saved a lot of money for 3 years. Now, here it is for me. Yes, we got our center for the next years in Biadasz. But, man, I'll take it. I mean, we can draft a center in the draft here. I mean, it's not like we're looking at Washington line was horrible. Yeah, exactly. You're right. But no, he actually, Emil, Tyler Biadasz, I'm going to try and pronounce his name. I'm going to learn that today. That's my goal today, is the spelling bee for myself is to learn Tyler Biadasz, his name. Tyler was supposed to be the third best center in free agency. So to me, if we were going to miss out on Tyler Linderbaum, I think as I said, he outpriced himself. Now I think there's going to be a bidding war for Linderbaum. There's going to be the Raiders, the Titans, the Giants. I think there's going to be at least 4 or 5 teams that go after Linderbaum. And it's going to be a bidding war. Hey, just jack up the price. I don't really care. We're out of it now. But I had a funny feeling, as I said last week, it was going to be a bidding war for Tyler Linderbaum. But hey, to all suits their own. But then again, those teams have a young quarterback on a rookie contract or have the cap space. So that's where I see it happening. It's either the Raiders or Tennessee or the Giants correlation. That's it. But I ain't too worried about it now. We moved off that probably at the price because I saw it yesterday. I know he was asking 25 about 3 or 4 days ago. And last night the blurb came out. He was seeking 24 to 26 million. I'm like, ugh. So I really do think he outpriced himself. But what's this? Salute, Derek. What's up, buddy? Hey, Derek, that was crazy what Jerry wouldn't do, love, with a 7th round pick. But hey, it is what it is, right? Emil's, yeah. Derek McGrew, yeah. Texans go all. Yeah, Brendan. That's a possibility, but man, I know you all just restructured Derek Stingley's contract and a few others, but man, we shall see what happens. But man, I don't know. I know Peacock mentioned that in the thread that y'all could go after him, but we shall see what happens come Wednesday, man. But I don't know what the Texans need, but I know y'all signed Hunter to a nice, massive 1-year added next year to his contract. Y'all did many contracts over. I know Dalton Schultz just got an extension and stuff like that. I think for 2 more years. I know there was a lot of stuff that went on for the Texans this week in the last couple of days, but man, hey, Jerry Jones, yeah. But you would think. I really thought Jerry was if he was going to make a splash, Max Crosby was going to be the splash. And I told Derek that, and I know Derek was really hopeful to get Max Crosby, man. It's kind of hard, but I haven't seen much here in Dallas what they're saying about it, but it's been crazy. But I'm glad we now have a center because Bradley the Clown was a joke. But Biadasz, hey, here's my thing. I think for me, the name of Tyler Linderbaum, it was the name, right? And what he did in Baltimore. But as I was telling JD and the guys, and as Mr. Ty Mayberry, Money Mayberry would say, all we need is a reliable, stable center. Just average, not average, stable, just not without spending the bank. But you know what? I think for me, it was how big I want to spend that. No, but not thinking of our other needs that we had to take care of. But hey, that the center position now is out of the equation. We have to worry about in our free agency. I'm looking forward to Wednesday. What happens? Where players go? Who outbids who, man? Because that's what I'm saying. I mean, Tuesday's Wake Your Game Up is going to be. I'm going to have all the blurbs, the rumors, all that stuff going on. But man, Wednesday is going to be lit. I'm looking forward to this. Now that the Chargers have secured our center for the next 3 years, let me get to Mr. Quentin Johnston, I call Butterfingers, who showed up last year and has showed out the past 2 years. Well, we got a big decision coming. We got a 5th-year option on QJ. Another major decision looming this season involves Quentin Johnston. So we have, I think it's till May 1st to make a decision. Yeah, it's May 1st. The Chargers must decide whether to exercise his 5th-year option. His projected value is around $18 million. Though this is his first through his first 3 seasons, Quentin Johnston has recorded 144 receptions, 1,877 yards, 18 touchdowns. As I said many weeks ago, Quentin Johnston is the first Chargers receiver or playmaker to lead the team consecutive years. And the last person that did that was Antonio Gates. So, I mean, for Quentin Johnston, I followed him here at TCU from when he was here at college. So I was excited when we drafted him. Was I excited his rookie year? Yeah, he had a rough year. But the past 2 years, Quentin Johnston has proven, hey, man, maybe I'm worth that 5th year. So, it's going to be a decision we make, and it's also we'll see what we do in free agency here. Are we going to add a wide receiver? Are we going to add a tight end? I think possibly we could do both. But, I mean, Quentin Johnston, there has been flashes of potential. Yes, he had his rough rookie year. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I was not really a fan of his rookie year, but I stuck with him because I felt there was a lot of Chargers fans that hated him because he dropping the ball all the time. But you know what? Quentin took all that criticism as rookie year and improved year in year at the last 2 years. So hey, I've been a Quentin Johnston truther. If that calls me a homer pick, that's fine. But yes, I saw what he did here in TCU. Now I see him. But man, what can he produce and do in this Mike McDaniel system? It will be exciting. And I think it's going to be a big year. He has a lot to prove this year. Hey, does he stay or does he go or is he part of a deal? I mean, hey, man, I know we're in on now the A.J. Brown talk. Does he get floated in a deal for A.J. Brown or stuff like that? I know I was talking with JD backstage and he said A.J. Brown would be a hell of a slam dunk for us if that could happen. Yeah, Emil, I have QJ in Dynasty, and I have him in quite a few of our leagues. And trust me, I'm excited in those leagues to use him now in the Mike McDaniel system. So that will be fun. You talking about Quentin? But hey, yes, I'm talking about Butterfingers, but you know what? Butterfingers did grease off those butters last year. He was catching balls, paws last year with one goddamn hand. So, hey, he wasn't as much as Butterfingers last year. He actually put in the work, and he was catching the goddamn balls, paws. So I was happy for Quentin Johnston. As many people want to knock him, man, he's improved every single year. So I can't – you know what? Hey, I like the improvement. Just show a lot more because this year you got a lot to prove. And you know what? He's probably going to be relied on a lot more in this Mike McDaniel system. And he'll probably be used effectively how he should be. He wasn't used that great, I would say, in the Roman offense. But now we're in going to be a real passing offense. Quentin Johnston at TCU was a yak fucking machine. That man, Yak, was his last name. That's all he – when he caught the ball, it was good night, Irene, and he was gone. It was the speed. It was the yards after catch. And that's what I'd like to see from Quentin Johnston in the Mike McDaniel system this year. It would be exciting. It's almost, I'm not saying he's Tyreek Hill. He's fast, but he can stretch the field. And we're going to need that this year. So I'm hoping for a big year from QJ. Yeah, King, I got 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4 or 5 shares in Dynasty of Quentin Johnston. And I ain't gonna say, and that's not just me being a Chargers homer. I knew what I saw in him TCU, and yeah, it was a rough year. But man, the last 2 years he's done me well. So we'll see on that. But I think. But do I think they picked this option up? I know I was talking to Money Mayberry, and he said, man, if the Chargers have the money, just pick it up. We know what we have in Quentin Johnston, but we also what he does this year in the Mike McDaniel system could be special. But also, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. And hey, if he does happen to leave the Chargers, I wish him nothing best. But hey, I'm hoping we do keep him. I mean, but we shall see. Now that we're at free agency, and we're gonna see what happens on Wednesday for everyone's team or whatnot. But as I've been saying JD, wouldn't mind pulling up that mock draft pick? It would be, this gentleman right here. Some of these names and these players this year, I know Tyler Biadasz' name I have to start getting under, but this one right here, I have to just say, I'll call him the Samoan because he's a beast.
Hey, his last name is Oweh.
Okay. Oweh. Okay. Oweh.
Shout out to the motherfucking streets.
Okay, well, I was telling JD backstage a little earlier before the show started. Now with the Raiders having the 14th pick, and they're going to have a rookie quarterback, if they do go that route with Mendoza, who knows what happens? I mean, this is the Raiders. I wouldn't be shocked if he's gone at 14. I mean, he's the highest rated offensive guard in this draft. So the Raiders got to have a young quarterback. I could see them possibly doing that, but who knows? This is the Raiders. The Raiders always screw up a wet dream. Come on, I don't have faith in the Raiders. They're not my team. Shout out to Bakes. That's his Raiders. I might even text him or call him today and say, hey, what's your thoughts on all this? Hey, I want to hear from a Raider fan, but just hear his side. But I know he told me, Leigh, Max Crosby will not get traded. I said, dude, he's a valuable asset. Cash in while you can. But you know what? I'd be the exactly same way with one of my Chargers players. No, we're not going to trade it because you're home. That's your homer. But you know what, man? Salute to the Raiders. They cashed in. They got. But do the Raiders always have a good thing? They always seem to mess up a good thing. And I'm going to hopefully watch this mess up and this screw up turn into liquid dogs. I don't care. The Raiders are dog doo-doo. Simple as that. Maybe my dogs will agree. They're dog doo-doo. Yeah, but you know what? Now that the Raiders have I think they have two. They're one of 5 teams with 2 first-round draft picks in this first round. So that's a third of the draft right there with 5 teams. So it's gonna be an interesting draft for sure when it comes up. I mean, as I said the past month, the real priority for the Chargers is interior offensive line. If you listen to the show a while ago, for the past month, I've reiterated it every single week. It's offensive line, offensive line, offensive line. And I'm going to have that tattooed on my forehead. No, I'm not. No, you can clip that. It's not going to happen because someone in this house will say something about that. But interior offensive line is the heartbeat of this offseason for me. It has to be offensive line, and depth. Harbaugh offenses rely on under center formations, play action passing, motion, and timing routes. And when does the NFL King? May 13th is going to be the schedule released. So yes, we will know when that is, because I know I can't wait to mark off the Los Angeles Rams, the San Francisco 49ers, and any GWN brother of mine. On that schedule, I know I got the Jets on that. I think so. No, we do have Kiddas on our schedule. So, we got. I know I got a bunch of ours. Yes, so it's gonna be I do think he will be off the board. I know I want the Chargers to draft, but he was the most drafted player I have seen for the Chargers was the guy from Penn State. But after that trade yesterday, and more than looking into it early this morning when I woke up, is I really think with the Raiders drafting a young QB, having all this cap space, they're another team that has to fix the offensive line. You're bringing in a rookie quarterback. They're going to probably draft Mendoza. Who the hell knows? Imagine if they did not draft Mendoza and they traded the pick, which I highly doubt they are, but it's the Raiders. Who the hell knows? I never thought they'd trade Max Crosby, but they did. But who knows? But we shall see what's going to happen in this. But the Raiders do need an offensive line, just as my Chargers do. But we're starting to patch that up right now. But it's going to be interesting this year. I mean, it's all about protecting the interior of the offensive line. It's critical to every team. And I'm going to say it again. For this offseason, it's the 3 things for me. Protect Justin Herbert, and God damn it, protect him again. It's the 3 things. 1, 2, 3. It's to protect Justin Herbert. day in, because that's what he did not have this year. We're going to have Slater back. We're going to have Alt back. Now, Biadasz. This line right now is looking a lot better than it did last year. Now, this season's not even here, but on paper right now, it's looking very nice than this year. Because this year was a bloody mash unit. And I ain't going to lie, seeing Justin Herbert week in, week out, and talking about how many times he got hit, I was recording it, I lost track. Sometimes it was 5, sometimes it was 9. But dude, I'm sick and tired of that. Next year, I don't want to have to put down in my notes how many times he got hit, because we're going to have a healthy offensive line, and we're going to have depth pause on our line. That's all I want. So, shout out to that. But, I mentioned Logan. JD, you want to pull up that Logan Jones picture? It'd be number 8. Yes. I remember mentioning Logan Jones maybe last week or the show before. So it'd be either 21 or 22. Well, now that we have Biadasz, who is here for 3 years, I would love the Chargers. For one prospect is to start Chargers fans to start paying attention to Logan Jones from Iowa. This is exactly the type of player Jim Harbaugh teams love. He's physical. He's smart. He's disciplined. Jones has been the anchor for Iowa's defensive line and brings an incredibly high football IQ at the center to the center position, what Jim Harbaugh loves. Remember, Bogey tells me he was very about that kind of stuff at times. And just when we first hired Jim, he said this. He communicates protections, understands blocking schemes, and plays with toughness Iowa linemen are known for. Iowa breeds and has some great players, and this is another one that's coming out of Iowa. But over the past 2 seasons, he has allowed 1 sack, 8 total pressures, over 600 plus pass blocking, and over 600 pass blocking snaps. That level is efficiency is elite. And that's something Jim Harbaugh would want on the Chargers. Now, I'm not saying this is a player that I have been watching tape on and I've been impressed with. And if the Chargers are looking to stabilize the middle of the offensive line long term, yes, we got Biadasz for 3 years, but hey, if Jones can learn under Biadasz for a year or whatnot, hey, maybe in 28 he could be our starter. That's why I said for the future. We got Biadasz for 3 years under contract. That's good. But you know what? If the Chargers are looking to stabilize the middle of the defensive line long term, Jones could absolutely be on their radar. Now, other draft possibilities. This is for me at 22. There have been also some discussions about the possibility of the Chargers selecting a tight end at 22. Now, we all know and saw what at the combine, what Sadiq did. I mean, there is teams, I maybe saw him possibly hitting 22, but after that combine, that man's going top 15 easily. Now, I know we probably maybe we signed a tight end or we draft another tight end. I'm not by me saying I'm not giving up on Gadsden. No, I'm not, because the Mike McDaniel system is known to use the tight end a lot. I think we're gonna use Gadsden quite a bit, but we just lost Will Disley. Do we sign another tight end? Is it like Darren Waller? Is it in a Joku or something like that? Who knows? I mean, but there is a name out there besides Sadiq that I like is I like that is a Harbaugh would I like Stowers. He's out there. He possibly could go in round 2, possibly round 1. Who knows? But I like Eli Radone from Notre Dame. And the Chargers have a thing to picking Notre Dame players. I mean, the last one was Joe Alt. But I mentioned Connor Lew, also from Auburn. Okay, this is another name for the Chargers. For all my Chargers fans out there that are watching, is I mentioned them about A couple times in the past 4 shows. All right. Connor Lew, who suffered a season-ending ACL injury in October 2020. He's also 20 years old. Chargers can draft Connor Lew in possibly round 3. And Chargers we signed Biadasz, helps Connor Lew sit, heal, and learn for a year, at least until eventually be a starter or 27 or 20. So there's a few names that I'd really like to learn under Biadasz. I think I'm going to really make an effort today because saying Biadasz all the time doesn't sound good. You can clip that. But no, I'm going to learn his name properly. I'm going to have someone help me out today. And that's my goal today. I mean, Harbaugh, as I said, Jim Harbaugh's offense, love the tight ends who also can stress defenses down the middle of the field. But adding another mismatched weapon could help improve the Chargers' red zone efficiency. Now, the red zone last year was straight horrible. And that was one thing I know we have to fix this year. Now, a lot of our latest mock drafts I've been seeing have the Chargers drafting at 22 is offensive line Kadyn Proctor from Alabama. If Kadyn Proctor could be the pick, I mean, he was a massive offensive tackle at Alabama for the Crimson Tide. Honestly, it can make a lot of sense when you start connecting the dots. The Chargers made it very clear this offseason that the priority is to rebuilding and strengthening the offensive line. We are doing that by the signing of yesterday with our center, and hopefully reshoring up the players we need. I mean, this Proctor. I mean, I haven't really watched too much film, but if that's a name that we're going to look at, I'm going to start watching tape on Proctor. But I've seen a lot of things on him. As I said, it's about protecting Justin Herbert. We got it. Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot. I've had a lot of my Chargers friends even mention that Proctor would be a hell of a draft pick. I mean, I don't know what his stats are. I have the combine taped, so I will probably plug that in today and take a look at that since I already have the tape, so I don't have to watch it. But no, it's about protecting Justin Herbert this year. I've been stressing it for the past 7 weeks. It's about protecting our investment. And that's what we need to do. And we're starting to show this, that it's about protecting Justin Herbert. I mean, Proctor is an absolute mountain. He's 6'7", 360 pounds. And what makes him intriguing isn't just his size, it's his athleticism. That comes from it. I mean, at Alabama, I saw a couple of Alabama games. I mean, he's shown flashes of being a blocker, while also developing his footwork. His footwork needed to hold up in pass protection against SEC. Because I remember talking to, it was Papa Guru that was mentioned it. He said, "Have you seen this kid? He'd be good for your Chargers." And it was Proctor. I'm like, I'm not really an SEC fan, so I don't really watch too much SEC football. I mean, I watch here and there, but I'm not really an SE fan. I like ACC, or I'll watch the Hurricanes or watch the Tar Heels. I'm a UNC fan. I like football, but I'm a big Boston College fan, so I watch a lot of ACC football. I don't really watch SEC. I know the only time I watch that is if I watched it with JD during the playoffs. That's pretty much as I watch SEC football, so I don't really see too much Alabama football. So, but I will take a look at practice stuff. But I mean, Harbaugh likes physical guys. I mean, 360 pounds. Come on now. You can't go wrong. As I said, it's about protecting Herbert. Proctor's a tackle, but I guess you can play him at guard. Yeah. And now, Emil, my friend, who I call Money Mayberry, Ty Mayberry, he said to me, now that we have all this money, is we need to get 2 tackles. So he said, "Leigh, we got to come out of this free agency with at least 2 tackles, man, a left and a right tackle." I'm like, whatever. He says, long as we come out with 2 tackles, he's happy. Man, I'll be happy when just seeing the offensive line starting to be fixed is what we need, because we saw how bad Herbert was getting hit and killed week in and week out. And you know what? I'm not saying it's not fair. We did not, and now I recognize this as a Chargers fan. When we drafted last year, we did not draft like any offensive linemen. And that was a little shocker to me, but this year, hopefully our draft, I'd like to see a whole offensive line picks. We have 5 picks. Just make them all offensive line if we have to. Because the problem in, year out with the Chargers, we never have depth on the offensive line. That's something we need, and that's something that hopefully we get. Now, we shall see if that, that I can always, we can, as fans, we can wish for those things that we want, but do they happen? Not really. So, but for me, and also as a fan of my Chargers and Justin Herbert, hopefully they get the man protection. That's all I'm hoping for. I mean, I wrote a little section on Proctor. I mean, if Proctor reaches the ceiling, like I read a couple of things. They're talking. They could say he's at least a 10-year cornerstone left tackle. But then again, we also have Rashawn Slater. But also with Slater, the injury he had, you're never guaranteed to be the player you were before that injury. But we also have Joe Alt that can switch over the positions. But that injury that Slater did have does concern me a little bit. Is he going to be the Slater we all know? Even if he's 70 to 80% the Slater we do know, that's great. But it still does worry me with that injury he does have. So if left tackle is something we do draft someone, that's going to be interesting. But, honestly, the closer we get to the draft, but I think more when free agency is over, then I can say, okay, yes, my next show will be about the free agency, what we did, or now next, what are our needs going into the draft. I will have a better idea what the Chargers are going to need going into the draft. So, yeah, I'm going to get to that. As I said earlier, as Daniel Jeremiah said, the top 3 things for the Chargers is IOL, interior offensive line, and interior offensive line. I won't say yes, he's right. I mean, we need the IOL, we need pass rush stability, and we need offense. Also, we do need possibly playmakers, but I think we can take care of that in free agency. That's because we have the money. But I want to just re-sign the players that we need. And if we do dabble in, get a wide receiver, or if it's, I wouldn't be, I know the 49ers are after Romeo Doubs. They're the favorites for him. I wouldn't mind him. But do I see us going after an Alex Pierce? No. I saw Chargers fans mentioning go after Alex Pierce. He's going to cost so much money. No, sorry, that was Money Mayberry calling me. So, but he's probably asking about the show. What was I going to say? Okay, yeah, we need to address those 3 areas of interior offensive line in this draft. I mean, it's Justin Herbert's future. I mean, why this system could change everything. For the first time in his career, Justin Herbert finally be playing in an offense designed to help the quarterback. He's been in offenses with, who is it? We had when we had Shane Steichen, and then we had Moore. Those 2, it was a pass-friendly offense for him. Greg Roman, he was not. So to me, I mean, previously systems he was in was shotgun formations, static route concepts, and tight window throws. Pause. Harbaugh's offense is different. I mean, it's going to create this. I mean, with the McDaniel, it's going to create. It creates movements, manipulates defenses, creates easier reads. Instead of the quarterback solving every problems himself, the system McDaniel runs helps solve the problem. And when that system is paired with Herbert's arm talent, the ceiling becomes incredibly high. And I know Mike McDaniel, I was watching a press conference and he was speaking about Justin Herbert's arm strength. Yeah, we know he has that, but now Mike McDaniel gets to work with that offense and this arm strength. So, it's going to be fun. Now, some other Chargers news that's been floating about. We know I mentioned about Biadasz. I had that in my notes, but he signed. Now, the Chargers do want Keenan Allen back for another year. Now, it hasn't been made official. I'm not saying this. This is just blurbs that were out there that Keenan wants to come back, and the Chargers are interested in bringing him back. If we do bring him back for the veteran minimum. Basically, that's it. Let the younger kids shine that we drafted last year. If it's KLS, the Trey Harris, I really want to see what they have this year. Also, the Chargers are open to bringing back Najee Harris. I happened to see a blurb early this morning, and I added that to my notes. And there was a player that was within the Mike McDaniel system, and that was Jonnu Smith, who was just released by the Steelers. That's something we possibly could go in free agency. Don't know. I mentioned the Packers also released Pro Bowl Rashawn Gary, which I mentioned a couple of shows ago. Could be a name to watch this coming week. And the Chargers also are monitoring the health situation with former Dolphin wide receiver Tyreek Hill. They are monitoring just as the Chiefs are and other teams are. So we shall see. I know I said no to Tyreek Hill a couple 2 shows ago, but I'm not a GM. I just don't know because of his new surgery he needs and stuff like that. When he'll be ready, it'd be interesting to see. But on that, my closing thoughts: the Chargers offseason really comes down to 5 key decisions. Resolve the Oweh situation this week. We got to take care of that. Decide on Quentin Johnston's 5th-year option in early May, or what's going to go on with that. As I said, strengthen the interior offensive line. I stressed it throughout the show today quite a bit, and I'll stress it again. Yeah, Kidda, I didn't ask you. Hey, congratulations on your move, buddy. I hope it's going well, and I hope it's keeping you busy. But you know what, Kidda? I always love that name change, but there ain't going to be no name change, buddy. But hey, I hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend, Kidda. And what do your New York flat-ass Jets going to do this week, buddy? Or in the draft? But you know what, Kidda? It's going to be a fun year, man. And I love the back-and-forth banter we have. It's always fun. It keeps it alive. It keeps it fun. What's on the grill for the... Yeah. Kidda, what is on the menu on that wonderful new grill you got, buddy? Yeah, it sounds like. And also, as I said, strengthen the interior offensive line. Add another offensive weapon, but continue building the offense around Justin Herbert. This isn't just a random roster building. And if the Chargers get it right, Justin Herbert could be entering the best situation of his career. And on that note, I'm your host, Leigh Ainsworth, the ear to the motherfucking streets on the Gen Wealth YouTube channel. Shout out to the man behind the scenes, JD, the fella, the 49er. And shout out to all my good brothers on the Gen Wealth, from Kidda, Peacock, Dennis, Derek, Bogey, y'all. You're all my good brothers. I love you, brothers. We always so much banter and fun in our thread. It's fun. And and this is the Chargers Power episode 23. I'll see you for episode 24 next week. But also head on over to neonpeacockmerch.com. There is another sale coming up that is I believe a 40% sale and $13 tees coming up. So make sure to head on over there, put your email in, get all signed up, and you'll get all the alerts. But, man, I thank you all for joining me. I also thank JD, the fella. I couldn't do it without you, man. I may be doing the show, but I couldn't run this show without a maestro. And he's the maestro behind the mic, behind the camera. I might be here, but this man does it all behind the scenes. And to me, yes, I'm in front of the camera, but I also sometimes say behind the scenes is the hardest part of the show. And I thank the fella for all that. And I appreciate you for everything you do week in, week out. Hey, man, the grinding, it's all worth it. I have wonderful subscribers. We, the channel, have great subscribers. I love it all. But you know, I can't wait for the goddamn season, because you know what? Though when those games come on, I get to have all my hate and all that shit come out for the haterade. So it's going to be fun. But on that note, head on over to neonpeacockmerch.com. Take a look, take a check. And also, good luck to everyone's team in free agency this week. And also, Tuesday, make sure to head on over and check us out on Tuesday and on Friday, because Tuesday, I'm going to have all the news and all the rumors and all that stuff that's going on for free agency frenzy, because Wednesday free agency starts. But I know JD, myself, Bogey, Kid, Peacock, we're going to be busy, but we're going to have a great show on Tuesday. So if you're looking for some NFL news, just head on over to Tuesday morning and join us. We're going to have a good time, but we have a good time with our subscribers and listening to you, answering your fantasy questions. But man, we're getting free agency is one step closer to the NFL season. So let's have some fun. Come and join us. I know Emil will be there. I know many people out there in this show today are going to be there. So join us. And also, as I said, head on over to neonpeacockmerch.com. I hope everyone has a wonderful, safe weekend, a blessed weekend. Thank you for joining me for the Chargers Power Hour episode 23. And I know, I can't believe it. It's episode 23, man. Where has this time gone? It's flown by, but I couldn't do it without y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in today and all the time. And on that note, Ear the Streets is signing off. You have a wonderful day, a blessed weekend, and bolt the fuck up, motherfuckers. Let's go, Chargers. Let's go. Let's go. Game plan sick, target under the weather. You know what we doing? I need that all expense paid inclusive. I'm the plug, so I'm plugged into it. About money like with Jewish white Christmas. I'm Scrooge, bitch. My mood is on cruise ship. If you ain't tuned in, you ain't vibing with my moon man. I move shit like Kerry. I'm the cold truth, Fletcher Reed, Jim Carrey. Everything mooey, that mean the price varies. Need that designer cream shit and all Ben and Jerry's. Cream get the money like 36 chambers. Baskin Robbins shit, 31 flavors. Keep it moving.
Lottie-dottie, he like to potty. Fuck with blow shoot, trolling pipe molly. Heard I carry weight, move packs like a dolly. And I stay fuming, clock me doing Godspeed. Business booming, back-to-back trips, moving multiple units. Got mules, got universal soldiers, getting money for sure. Yeah, we ain't shrugging shoulders. You think I'm lucky getting over, made it far, cause I'm sharp, fuck a 4-leaf clover. On my 89, minus the flat top. Getting packs off, smoking on the cash crop. Money talk, if you're broke, then you can't talk. Play a never-ending ball game, Sandlot.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Getting money when I land there. Smoking all loud so I can't hear. And if your boys bring the noise, all y'all pussies getting scraped pap smear. Codeine got me leaning, trapeze. Put your boy on point, pyramid of Giza. I'ma rock like this till I'm an old geezer. No pizza parlor, but we deliver pizzas. Ask Uncle Sam, I'm taxing. Look, ma, no hands, telepathic. I can make things move, I'm carefully calculated when I make these moves. I run shit, don't let me get loose. I'm all about my decks, trying not to get goosed. Keep it moving.